This is the key to worksheet 11.2 part 1, and in this case we're looking at permutations and factorials. All right, so if you look at number 1, it says write out what 5 factorial means. All right, so, and then multiply. All right, so what 5 factorial means, remember what factorial means. 5 factorial means you start with 5 and you go down by one integer till you get to 1, so which means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then it says multiply, and so if you multiply this, that's going to equal 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 120. All right, so 5 factorial is 120. All right, so then what is the value of 0 factorial? Well, remember by definition, 0 factorial is 1. And then 1 factorial is 1 as well. All right, so 0 factorial and 1 factorial are both equal to 1. Okay, number 3, it says use your calculator to determine the following. All right, so you got to remember where your factorial button is on your calculator. So to do number 3a, you're going to put the numerator first. You're going to say 9. All right, remember your factorial, you're going to use the PRB button right here. So you see that third one's your factorial symbol. So you got to go to it. So I'm pressing my arrow, and then I get 9 factorial. Then I'm going to divide that by 5 factorial. So you do the same thing, 5 factorial. So PRB, and then press equal, and you get 3024. So 3024. All right, over here, 12 factorial minus 7 factorial, use your calculator. So you're going to say 12 factorial, all right, minus, subtract 7. Yep, 7 factorial. And then press equal, and you get this big number. So it's 478996560. All right, so I didn't realize it was going to be that big, but it's that big. Okay. All right, number 4, write the following using the formula. Set it up. So I just want you to set it up. Don't use a calculator. So don't go any further. For example, the answer should look like this. So basically, what I want you to use is a definition. So let's talk about the definition of this notation. So remember that notation. The notation P, which stands for permutations. So the permutations of n things taken r at a time. And remember, when you deal with permutations, the order matters. So we talked about that fact. So keep in mind that the order matters when dealing with permutations. So this symbol means the number of permutations of n things taken r at a time. Okay? And by definition, that's going to equal, so the formula is this. So it'll be n factorial, that's your numerator. Your denominator is n minus r in parentheses, so you subtract these in parentheses, factorial. Okay, so that's what that means. So all I wanted you to do in number 4 was to make it look like this. So number 4, that's going to be, your numerator is going to be 13 factorial, and your denominator is going to be 13 minus 8 factorial. That's all I wanted. Okay? All right, number 5. Use your calculator's function. So remember, on your calculator, you do have that permutation formula to find the following. Okay, so number 5, you're going to, in your calculator, remember, you want to use your calculator. So just use your calculator. So number 5, you're going to say, you have to put 14 first. So 14, and then PRB, and you see you're going to use this one, the one that says permutations. So it's already underlined, so just press equal. And then, so you have 14 items, and you're looking at 7 at a time. And that's going to equal this big number. So 17297,280. So 17,297,280. Okay? All right, number 6. There are 5 finalists for Mr. BRC pageant. In how many ways may the judges choose a winner and a first runner-up? All right, so for a setup, I'm looking for something that looks like this. All right, so remember, order matters. So use your calculator for the answer. All right, so your setup, so there are 5 finalists, right? So from these 5 finalists, how many winners, how many people can come up winner or first runner-up? There are 2 choices. So basically you're going to say it's the answer will be the number of permutations of 5 people, and you're choosing 2 at a time. So the first one would be the winner and then the runner-up. Okay? All right, so that's what goes here. And so your answer, so the number of possibilities would then be 5 PRB, and then 2 equals 20. Okay? So 20. All right. So that kind of, if you think about it, it kind of looks like a problem we had in a previous worksheet. So the one where we had in a previous worksheet, I think this was number 3. So remember number 3, a committee is being formed from 5 people: A, Bob, Kate, Diane, and Ed. And how many ways can a 2-person committee be formed? So the same idea. You have 5 people, one's a winner, one's a runner-up. And so basically what we're doing, remember when we did this, we started listing them, and so there were going to be 20 possibilities, okay? Where in this case you would say winner and then runner-up. All right, so that's the idea. Except except here we now getting to the fact that we're using permutations, that these were actually permutations. All right, so that was number 6. All right, number 7 says how many unique 3-digit codes can be created from from the 5 digits. Okay, the digits can only be used once. So for a setup, I'm looking for something like this. All right, so use your calculator for answer. All right, so remember remember when you're looking at permutations, remember the order matters. Okay, so the digits can only be used once. So for setup, I'm looking for something like this. So you're going to say for there are 5, so permutation of 5, 3 at a time. Okay, so 5, 3 at a time. And so then the answer would be 5, use your calculator, and then 3, so there's 60. All right, so there'll be 60 of those. So if you were to list them, so basically what that means is if you were to list them, so your 3 digits, so that could be a 1, that could be a 2, that could be a 3. That could be a 1, that could be a 3, that could be a 2, right? So that's what that means. And then 1, the next one could be 4, 5, and so on. You can have a 2, 3, 6. So altogether, if you did all that, that would be 60 of these. That would be 60 of them. Okay? All right. Oh, I didn't mean a 6 because there's no 6, right? The maximum we can have is 5. All right, but that would be 60 of those. So I didn't mean to put a 6 because you're told you can only choose from these. All right? Okay, and then finally, number 8, in how many ways can Max select 3 toppings from 10 available toppings for his pizza? Okay, for setup, I'm looking for something like this, and use your calculator for answer. So there are number of permutations of 10 toppings, and you're only picking how many? 3. All right, and so then that will be, so your answer would be 10 number of permutations, and then 3 equal 720. So there's 720 possibilities. All right, so if you had the time, you could make out your own toppings, 10 toppings, and then actually list 3 at a time, and there will be 720 of those. All right. Okay, so that was the key to worksheet 11.2.